Oh boy, it has been a little bit of a while since I've done this. Can I still stream as poorly as I ever did? Can I enjoy this version of this game? None of these things will be answered, and none of you are watching anyway. I mean, okay, I don't hate this so far. I did immediately swap out the English, original English font, which is awful, with the slightly better Japanese font, because that's something that a lot of people are doing. It is exceptionally bright. But other than that, it's not that bad. Eh. It is very bright. Oh, very bright. This dialogue is auto-advancing, and it's kind of quick. This landscape somehow looks flatter than it did in the original. I'm not sure how that's possible. What's happening over the horizon here looks surprisingly good, but what's happening below the horizon looks like it's just painted on. It's not ideal. We've got these sprites just kind of wandering a vinyl landscape of some sort. And again, I really like what they're doing above this horizon. The town looks pretty cool there, but it just I don't know. Ah, and it's bright again. So bright. Oh, that mini-map's not bad. Ah, I really thought that updating the font would update it everywhere, not just in part of this UX. That is definitely not ideal. I do like the new in-battle or entering battle effect. That's not bad. And these particle effects on some of these spell type animations are pretty good. Good lord, that generic font though. Howdy, NP. Yes, I'm going to see how long I can stomach playing this version of this game. Also, I'm not cool enough to play an Elden Ring. Yeah, so, yeah. So I was kind of chattering to myself for a little while when I first came and loaded this game up, and the things that I keep coming back to are, A, everything is extremely bright. Like, like it's the Game Boy Advance version, which they brightened artificially in order to, make it show up better on that little screen. But it seems even brighter than that, and maybe that's just because it's on a PC monitor, but it's so bright. And the first thing I did, thanks to ZH in Discord, was change the font because somebody discovered right away that the Japanese font that is used for Japanese UX is this kind of wider version that you see underneath the experience and the next level columns there, and it's way better than that really generic sans serif that's on the left side there. But it doesn't replace everything, and even then, it's not amazing. It's kind of, it's just, yeah, I don't know. What I was saying in Discord the other day is that I assume that part of the reason behind the fonts is that, they needed something that would scale well for various size screens since this is mobile and PC. And, I'm playing it on a standard HD monitor here, but I, you know, the GBA font is just better. I'd rather see it all pixely and, you know, not maybe scaling properly than I would what they're offering us, especially when I had to modify it just to get some of it looking halfway nice. Oh, see, yeah, this is not good. I don't like this. Some of this is pretty slick, though. I like, I don't like these sprites, but I like that there's the little thumbnail behind the file that kind of shows where you're at in the save point when you save. That's, I don't know if it's useful, but it's kind of neat. Ooh, Tara looks vaguely squished in that portrait. That it looks like somebody has just squished her a few pixels, and she looks very narrow now. Anyway, do I remember what to do in any part of this game that's actually user controlled? Oh, no, no, no. That was already bad. Don't do that. I didn't look to see which button actually triggers that fast forward icon that was in the top left of the screen. I'm probably going to want to do that at some point. Now, I've turned down the music a little bit, like I usually do, because obviously people are here to listen to me, not per se the game, but the soundtrack in this I've listened to separately already, and it is the one part of this game that I can guarantee you is fantastic. It is so good. Yeah, I agree with you, and that was another thing I was saying before you got here. The some of like the particle effects and some of the other sprites are really really good, and honestly, what I'm seeing so far in the bulk of the game, I don't hate, other than the fact that it looks like somebody really brightened it up way too much. I mean, I'm sure it comes across in the stream as well, but on my screen, you know, Tara's hair is so bright that it almost doesn't have any shading to it. It's almost just a flat green. Ugh. I don't know if it's because I changed the font or not, but the fact that Biggs's name almost encroaches outside of the little pill that they put it in, that's bad. It's not well designed. Oh yeah, don't attack the shell. I always forget that. Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. You know, this was an intentional decision to do this, and I just don't get it. And you know, part of me, part of me wants to wonder, you know, whether somebody, you know, one of the one of those people who might actually be picking up this game for the first time, if anybody like that exists anywhere in the world, if anybody would actually just pick this game up for the first time right now, having heard, you know, from, I guess, my website, maybe, how amazing it is, and would look at this and just say, no, this is actually fine. And maybe so much of the complaint is just the fact that so many of us have been playing it for nigh on 30 years now, and we have higher expectations for this particular game. Did I queue up an attack? I did queue up an attack. I'm going to regret that. Oh no, I did. Good. And yeah, that's another complaint that seems to be pretty common that I've seen so far, is that this is a mobile game, and it is a Steam game, and it has not been released on any console whatsoever. And, you know, and that's the same with all the Pixel remasters, of course, but this is the first one that I've actually picked up and tried to play. It just seems like such a bizarre decision to develop this for mobile and for desktop and not at least put it on, like, Switch. It seems like this would be absolutely ideal for Switch, and there's no reason not to do it. And having looked at the actual game now, this was definitely developed in Unity, which, as far as I know, Unity will build straight for a Switch executable. And I just now realized that I am not showing this at the right aspect ratio in the stream, so that's freaking brilliant. Nicely done. Let's see if I can fix that without having to drop offline. No, of course not. Partially because I don't know what the heck I'm doing with any of this, ever. How does one do that? No, it was totally my screw-up, because I haven't streamed anything in years, and the last thing I did was Final Fantasy VII PC, and I guess I had that aspect ratio tweaked a little bit closer to standard 4:3. This ought to be highly entertaining as I try to fix this. Oh yeah, that's not what I want to do. How does one undo? There we go. Nope, that's not better. This will actually be the best part of this stream, is watching me do stupid stuff like an idiot. Aha. Hey, there we go. Now. Okay, also not ideal, but... how's that? You can at least see the whole game now, yeah? That's okay, I only went 18 minutes before noticing that I was completely terrible at that. You know, I'm checking Discord, and I can see that you guys are watching and only commenting in Discord, which is not where I'm going to see it. Just saying. Yeah, I don't want to log into Twitch. Twitch is hard. Yeah. Oh, that suit of armor is so bright. Arvis has been polishing it. No, that's not innuendo. NP, I know you're about to say something. I don't remember what they did with that effect in the original. I think they did just kind of a pixelation of the background around Terra, and what they did there with the kind of wavy effect is kind of neat. Yeah, that's another thing I tend to agree with. It doesn't feel like they've really connected everything that they've been working on. And again, I think a lot of that is due to the technical limitations of what they were, you know, the platforms that they were going to put this on. But it does feel half-baked. Oh no. Okay, so while we're here, let's okay, so we have to have some notes here on what kind of letters you can use. That's okay, we've got the highlighting of the text around the with the text shadow still on there, and using that generic sans serif font rather than the one I tried to force in here. And and now it's driving me straight to the keyboard to input this rather than the controller that I'm actually holding in my hand. So, yeah. In fact, trying to confirm with the actual confirm button on my series controller does nothing. It just is here. And I'd also like to point out, and based on what I can see on my other screen, it looks like this does come through on the stream as well. But yeah, there's still some weird transparency within that text box, and you can see a little bit of Tara's head from the background scene just kind of poking into that text box. And I don't know why I find that so funny, but it's really phenomenal. And yes, Dave, I am happy. I also expect you to change your name. Wait, no, see, now I'm hitting enter and it's still not. Okay, so I clicked on the... I don't know. I'm really confused by all of this right now. Why would you show me this this note about the characters and symbols not displaying properly after I've selected the name? Okay, let's move on. Well, at least those characters display properly. My God. So, you know, the people, I assume that everybody watching this right now is probably somebody who knows me fairly well and has for a while, because, you know, this is the first time I've turned on this stream in God knows how long, so it's not like it's picking up a boatload of brand new users right now. I am exceptionally easy to please, and I am not hating this nearly as much as I thought I would so far. But the things that they've gotten wrong are really wrong. It's, you know, again, if you have never played this game before, you're probably going to see this and not freak out. But oh my God, look at the pill around Tara's name. I'd seen like a tweet or something about that when the game first came out earlier this week, and I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but looking at this, that is absolutely terrible. For one, I don't get why they would do like a specific color around each character's name. I don't understand why they would need to do that, or how that ties to them anyway. Like, what is this kind of saturated teal color have anything to do with Tara, especially since they brightened up her hair so much that it's barely green anymore. But also, I mean, like, there is no hobbyist pixel artist out there that would make this UI. There just isn't. This is really beginner stuff, and it looks so bad. But anyway, to that actual point, yeah, I'm very easy to please, and this still irritates me. I did say earlier that I quite like the minimap. I don't like the error. Well, I guess, yeah, error is what I'm talking about generally here. But I don't like how glaring the arrow is on that, representing Tara. But the way they did the minimap is pretty nice, with the sepia tone really kind of map feel, even though it's still using the pixels that, you know, it's just using a scaled down version of the actual pixel tile set that builds the map. But it looks good. Those icons on it, all those icons are awful. And you know, I really don't like being this person because, you know, what are the odds that somebody who actually worked on this game would be bothering to watch this stream? But, you know, if you did work on this game, I don't blame you. I think that you had poor direction. And now I'm starting to get in my own head, and I feel really bad about being harsh on this because it makes me think of my day job and what happens whenever I go into the user forums for my day job and see people, you know, calling me incompetent when they don't know that I'm reading the forums. But I'm sorry, you know, so somebody here did not do what they should have done, and I don't think it's the poor bastards who, you know, put most of this stuff together. Okay, so that background behind the file doesn't actually look quite as interesting as I like. I don't know, it looks like they're censoring Terra. She's done something horribly naughty. There's that torch sprite that you were talking about earlier, though, and it looks good. Oh dear. I feel like I need to go back to that magic menu again. Yeah, you know, I noticed the fireplace sprite a little bit ago because when we were in the cabin with Arvis, I noticed that they added some animation to the outside of the hearth of it, which I am pretty sure... Oh, really? We really need UX icons to show what you do when you walk into a chest? Come on. But yeah, I liked that they added that animation to the outside of the hearth because it dresses it up a little bit in a really nice way. And yeah, so many little things are pretty cool about this, and then so many little things are glaring and very much not. And you guys in Discord still kind of suck, because eventually it means that if I'm going to keep doing this, I'm going to have to, like, build a piece that pulls in Discord as well, and that's annoying. Can I open this yet? Yeah, you can't open that until later. It's legitimately been probably a good 10 or 15 years since I actually played this straight up from the beginning. I think the last time I played this game, it was because I was trying to brutally hack the endgame parties to see what would happen if you took people that, or left out everybody who was required to be there and replaced them with people who weren't. And I don't know if I was not hacking it properly or if I simply was, you know, incompetent. But the game did not like that whatsoever. I never got anywhere with it. Oh yeah, both is certainly an option. Thanks. This kind of makes me think we should change all the emoji in the Discord server to be these brighter versions. I think people would really like that. I have no idea what you're talking about, Stilts. Now see, they've even got the pills around. There's not even a frame. There's no... I think that might have been the stream. I don't know, to be honest. I was too busy listening to the sound of my own voice. Yeah, it's extremely bright still. I mean, look at the scene that we've got going on. All of the detail of Celeste is being just completely blown out by the lightness of the sepia, but the sepia itself is not bad per se. Like, if I was looking at this as one of my photos, and I looked at the histogram of this, I would not be pleased with what I had produced. Yeah, that's a good point. I think you're right, NP. Um, it does look like it, but why would they have done that? It seems like it would simply be easier to... Well, I don't... Yeah, I should not speculate. I don't... Let's see if Locke's head pokes through. Oh, it does! Yay! So that's a common thing. We're just going to see the top of everybody's head as we give them their names. Okay. Experimentation time. Oh, yeah. Get lots of pipes in there. I'm just going to name him Pipes. Okay, so Locke has the same color as Terra, so they're not using that as a differentiation. But... Yeah, yeah, I've got some suggestions on things you can do. God, the music's so good, though. Yeah, the battle, or all the UX in general, is very much it's mobile driven, absolutely, and you know, this is probably a game that, if not for Unity making it so doggone easy, this is probably a game we probably would have only gotten for mobile. But given that Unity is what it is and what it does, you know, it makes it easy to pop out that PC version. And like I said earlier, I think it would have been pretty easy to pop out a Switch version as well. And you know, I won't say I'm disappointed that there isn't one, because I mean, why would you be disappointed to not get this on your system? But it's still weird. Okay, so I will say that the lightning really, really works for the Moogles. Like, the kind of the creaminess and the brighter colors on their palms and their wings, it actually really works for them. And the blue eyes too. This is actually the first sprite that I really like. See, that's adorable. No. No, I'm just going to completely disassociate and fail badly at actually doing this. Well, since we're here... Okay, well, here. Yeah, so, hey, let's turn down the brightness a little bit. That doesn't seem like it's going to turn down the brightness on the sprites and also make everything that looked decent is going to look terrible now. Oh, hey, scanline filter! Neat! Okay. I am taking the time to look through this now. So, the music, if you haven't heard all of it yet, it's definitely a departure from the original, certainly. And what it ends up being, it kind of feels like if you had taken the entire game and shoved it through Distant Worlds, which to me is fantastic. And you know, most of the tracks really work pretty well in this regard. You know, maybe they don't fit the feel of a 16-bit game anymore, but I'm not angry about it. I did complain, and you know, odds are there's no way that I stream this all the way through the end, so nobody's going to hear it from me on the stream, but there were some minor changes done to the ending theme that really caught my ear and bugged me, and they still do, even though I've listened to it another couple times since then. But by and large, I think they did a really nice job with all of it, musically. I think that's one thing that they actually did do well in the Pixel remasters. And yeah, I guess I gotta do this now. The latter is what I meant. Wait, what did I just do? I hit a button, I think I activated the fast forward, but I didn't really want... Oh, no, I hit auto battle. Interesting. Okay. Or no, that's... I don't know what I did. Can you actually control the Moogles? Or is it just... I don't remember. How does this game work? What is this game? Why? Why any of this, really? Hey, there we go. Whatever happened, I fixed it. Oh, that's kind of neat. I skipped past it really fast, but... They moved the healing effect into the menu screen if you use a item out of battle. Kind of cool. I don't know if I should be surprised that they have given the control hints properly communicated to the type of controller that I'm using. I guess pretty much every game does that now because there's an API for it within the OS, I guess, but I don't know. It's still kind of a pleasant surprise that it's giving me the actual correct icons for all my buttons. What this has really made me want so far is to actually try the Final Fantasy IV version of this. You know, it's much shorter. The annoying parts will be over faster. It does seem annoyingly dumbed down that they're doing things like giving me the exclamation points to go look at a chest, or the speech bubble to go talk to somebody that I need to talk to or fight, and oh, boo. Yeah, I think that's a good call out, NP. Like, I guess they found that the effects wouldn't scale properly, maybe, and therefore they had to redo them in a more modern way, and in this case, probably importing some library into Unity. But it is bizarre that there is kind of that blend between the two, isn't it? And again, you know, oh, that's not great. Again, not exactly the kind of thing that somebody's going to notice that has never played the game before. Oh, bugger. Well, that's not great. Kind of forgot that I'm not actually very good at video games. Even easy ones. Oh, well, whatever. Haha, yay. So good at this. I can never remember what any of the Moogle names are in any of the versions either, but I do enjoy Mug Mug. Mug Mug is my new buddy. You know, it's funny, when I had Mog in the other battle, it wouldn't actually give me the dance option. It was grayed out. But yes, I probably should do something like actually play the game properly rather than just jabbering. Oh, come on. I hate you, video games. If this were a modern Final Fantasy, I would get some sort of summon here that would just automatically heal anybody anytime I got critical. Crying out loud. Useless, stupid Moogles. I will be the first to admit that I've gone completely soft. This is where I point out that I did in fact beat Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard mode, and even that wasn't... well, there were a few places that were very, very difficult, but most of it wasn't that bad. Can't get my daughter to do it, though. Oh, the colors are different between the two of them. Does it come through the stream? Terra's is actually much more green, and Locke's is much more teal. Let me see my stream window here. Yeah, it doesn't come through the stream quite as clearly. Hello. Oh, that was the map button. Oh, right. You can't go back in here. Oh, wow. I hadn't actually paid any attention to that until now, but that... okay, that's actually pretty sick. But again, you know, it doesn't really match. So cool, though. Oh, interesting. So, and this pretty much just kind of rips off the con map. You know, we've got some little, like, magic-style balls that point out all the little locations, and they're golden, though. How interesting. The additional screen real estate for the battles kind of makes it look like there's just not a whole lot going on. I didn't realize how much like unused space there is there when the UI's not on the screen. And I gotta tell you, some of this stuff, even though it's way brighter than I'm used to, like some of it looks good brighter. Like the Figaro and guards don't look terrible, though maybe a little toy soldier-ish. These tapestries look pretty cool with their new color scheme, but by and large, it's still not enough to make up for it. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, let me sit there. Hey, hey, I'm in throne. Hey, hey, my throne. Uh, uh. Oh, here we go, here we go. We're gonna get to name another character. Yeah, show me your head, Edgar. Yeah. And see, this is the first sprite, like actual like field sprite, where he looks genuinely skinnier than I remember. Like Terra had a... Looks like they gave Terra a bigger chest. I noticed that. Wait, I probably shouldn't say it like that. But it doesn't look like they like completely change her proportions. Edgar looks like he's leaning forward and is on very, very skinny legs. I always like this part. Like, she's known you for approximately 15 minutes. I don't think she cares who you know and who you don't know, Locke. He looks skinny there, too. He's all cape and no body. Oh, and he's got that dreamsicle text color. You'll also note if you look really closely, the pill with his little dreamsicle color doesn't even contain the descenders on the font. So the G just kind of hangs out on top of it. Like it couldn't even be more of an afterthought than it already was. This is my stream where I discuss font terminology and UX principles. Exciting! Yes, revulsion. The word you're looking for is revulsion, Terra. Anyway. You know, I hadn't really thought about the ponytails until you mentioned it, but there's a little bit more action in Terra's as well. Wee! 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 Okay, anyway. I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing now. Go find Locke, I guess? And he's... in... You know, if only there was a website that had a really good and kind of snarky walkthrough for this kind of thing. That's not it. This is the one that goes to Edgar's bedroom, is it not? Ah, sure, why not? Well, I've got enough windows open. I'm not opening anymore. It just lets you leave. I like that. Bye. Oh, don't get me started on that. The nice thing is that this version is very, very, very similar to the original SNES. So, I am under no pressure to drop what I'm doing and make another thing out of all of this thing. Hello. Versions that we actually bother to cover, or versions in general? I think the answer to both of those is probably Final Fantasy IV, for what it's worth. Okay, I legitimately have no stinking idea what I actually do at this point to trigger the next bit of plot. Why don't I remember that? Over here? And then down? Why am I so bad at video games? You sure about that? Oh, and here's where I've learned that both the left analog stick and the right analog stick and the D-pad all control my character. Silly advanced controllers. Yeah, that rings a bell. I miss my hallway simulator Final Fantasy games. Now we're talking. Yeah. Now this just looks like there's a bush in the middle of the character name. He was even smaller than his brother. The sprite does not reflect that, High Priestess. I don't think you remember very well. Yikes. That didn't age well. Why did I go that way? Now what do you... Oh, for Pete's sake. Wake up, lad. Yay! Yeah. It's a good thing that canonically she's still recovering from amnesia here, because I am obviously an absolute moron. Here, we'll just walk past you. Ugh. Like, the colors here are great, but there's no form to what this creature is. Like, his costume looks legitimately good in this palette. It's way brighter than the soldiers next to him, which is weird, but it also kind of works. But you can't really work out where his costume ends and where he actually begins. Which? So I think the Kafka's theme is one of the places where the orchestrated soundtrack really works nicely. It gives it such a really true kind of circus feel that you couldn't get from the old kind of 16-bit synth. It's fun. Come back, Kefka. Play us more of your music. Boo. Yeah, bombast is a good word for it, and you get a lot of that in several of the more bombastic tracks as well. I could probably stream just playing the soundtrack at some point. That'd probably draw in more people, and I wouldn't have to do nearly as much, so everybody wins. Oh yeah, all caps, yeah. Make us see that font bigger. Hmm. I really enjoy the female empowerment that Tara gets there. When I think it just makes my head hurt worse. Math is for boys. The effects are still so pixelated that they almost look like they were intentional, but they still don't match the style. Yeah, Evil Eye, going back to Discord again. Yes, yeah. When she turns to the side, she looks like she's got a much larger chest, and I'm not quite sure why. And yes, Phoenix, that is pretty much exactly the reference that I was trying to make there, and I can't believe that somebody got it. Yeah, I was referencing an old Barbie doll that had voice recordings, and one of the recordings was, "Math class is tough," because that's my Barbie impression, apparently. All right. Oh, nice whistle effect. Yikes. Did anybody else ever wonder how all the fans on top of all the little towers in Figaro didn't get jammed up with sand when it goes under? Brave Sir Figaro ran away. He ran away. Now that animation's really stuttery and weird. Oh, I hit the stupid auto battle button again. But at least at least we got this scene. Tara's so polite, she just turns around. Ah, we're in the middle of a battle, we're talking. Ah, I can't hear you, la da da da. These Magitech soldiers are super polite. They're saying, okay guys, yeah, take your time, take your time. Oh boy. You just didn't read enough, NP. You shouldn't have been functionally illiterate when you went to play this game. I assume it's making it through in the stream, but the kind of staccato scat beat of the chocobos running is pretty entertaining. Speaking of, when do we get Techno to Chocobo? Because that track is absolutely hilarious in this soundtrack. I'm hearing that the game is not loud enough. Or maybe that's another thing that I've screwed up in the stream settings. Either of these things are possible. Ooh. So this may not come through the stream either, but the kind of emulation of the whole Mode 6 roaming the map thing is mildly nauseating in this. Like, something about it just feels off. Oh, the clouds flying over are really subtle. That's not bad. Yeah, those clouds flying over that scene, that is in the original version as well. It just seemed more subtle this time around. Yeah, the battle entrance animation, yeah, it's definitely completely different than any of the versions that I can remember, and it's kind of cool. But it's another one of those things that definitely looks like it was done within the Unity framework and less in the spirit of the original game, which makes it slightly less cool, but I do like that his backpack for the Bioblaster just kind of appears over the top of his over the top of his ponytail. It doesn't look ridiculous at all. We're getting feedback in Discord about the chest indicator, which I have to point out is not talking about Terra as she faces sideways, just in case that was unclear. Oh man, that is absolutely quality use of the mixed fonts there. We've got the nicer, wider one for Terra Learned, and then the pixely magic icon, and then the generic font. Love it. So yeah, I'm using the Bioblaster because it's a area of effect weapon, multiple targets. Saves me time. Here, if you... Oh, wait, oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, crossbow hits all of them. Derp! Once again, I don't remember video games. I am just bad at everything. Bad at everything. I'm going to stop looking at my phone if you guys don't stop correcting me on all the things I don't know. Enough of the peanut gallery in Japan, thank you. Ooh. So that transition animation was not nearly as good. I don't have the slightest idea. I'm just kind of, you know, hitting the A button over and over. Hi, Shadow. Shadow. Hi. Hey. Hey. Let me talk to you. Shadow. Hey. Shadow. 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 Yeah, I'm not actually going to talk to you, Shadow. What I am going to do is go get this chocobo real quick. Dude, I just literally got off a chocobo. Oh wow, they just did not bother. There we go. Here's some techno to chocobo. I'm about done here, so I think it's a good time to I really just wanted to call out the amazing synth voice in that. Just fantastic. Uh. Uh. Okay, fine. Okay, I really just wanted to make everybody listen to that because it's freaking awesome. But now that that's done, I think I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play some more of this. I'm not sure. But, yeah. I definitely learned a lot more about it than I'd seen so far. So, I don't know. It's not awful. It could be better. It could be worse. Yeah. Boy, I'm really good at ending these streams. Anyway, bye.